Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and welcome back to yet another training camp review video for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 2022 training camp. Today we are reviewing the August 10th training camp practice that happened to be the first of two joint practices with the Miami Dolphins. This was a very interesting practice today in training camp for a good amount of reasons. But let's go ahead and dive right in to some of the positives. First things first, the quarterback position today was mainly Tom Brady and Blaine Gabbert going up against the majority of the Dolphins defense in most scenarios. Didn't see too much of Kyle Trask or Ryan Griffin throughout the practice today. It was mainly the starter Tom Brady and the backup Blaine Gabbert. And all in all, I thought that both quarterbacks did good today. Blaine Gabbert showed, I feel, one of his better practices that we have seen from him so far this training camp, and Tom Brady did some very good Tom Brady things. But the stars of the training camp today were the wide receivers. Oh my goodness, folks. I'm sure that you have seen plenty of the clips that I've been posting throughout the day on the channel. Julio Jones had a nice play catching a pass from Tom Brady during the scrimmage. On one-on-ones, you had guys like Vincent Smith cooking his man and getting a very nice pass from the quarterback. You had guys like Devin Tompkins, who had a really nice catch. Scotty Miller, who had a really nice catch. Guys like Cyril Grayson and Jalen Darden beating their guys with some phenomenal route running. You name the receiver, chances are they probably had a good play or two in the one-on-ones against the Dolphins cornerbacks in this practice today, which was a great thing to see overall. It shows really the depth that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have at the wide receiver room, and really how tough of a decision it is going to be when some of these guys unfortunately have to get released and not make the initial 53-man roster for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But all in all, it was a very solid day for the Buccaneers wide receivers in practice today against the Dolphins cornerbacks. On the defensive side of the football, you did have some other guys. Shout out to Carlton Davis, who had a pretty good day today overall. I thought he did some good work. I know a lot of people are going to be asking about what was going on with Antoine Winfield Jr. and Tyreek Hill. Do those guys still have beef? What's going on with that? Well, I didn't hear or see anything per se, so I can't really talk about that. Maybe that is something that is going to come up in tomorrow's training camp practice. We will just have to wait and see. But also, the Buccaneers defensive line did a really good job today in terms of run defense as well as pass rush. That is always a good thing to hear. By the way, you did just see Chris Godwin make a good catch on that route there. He is still recovering from his ACL injury. But back to the defense. Yeah, the defensive line I thought did an overall solid job. KJ Britt did a good job today as well, commanding the second string defense, really making some adjustments for the defense, and it resulting in some positive plays overall for the defense against that Dolphins offense. Again, I think it was just an overall solid day for the Buccaneers. I think the secondary had some good moments. I think the defensive line had some good moments. I think the linebackers had some good moments. Overall, I think the defense did some good stuff. It was tough for me to see some of it because, again, the defense was on the entire other side of the field, so I was mainly getting a look at the offensive side of things, but based on what some other people's observations have been, the defense overall did a pretty decent job. But man, oh man, I think the star of the day was the offense. I think that the offense really put in some good work today. Didn't see too much from the running backs or the tight ends per se, but the receiver room really did a fantastic job. And it's going to be interesting to continue to follow and see moving forward, not just with the other scrimmage, but also with the preseason game that is coming up this Saturday. We'll have some plenty of content covering those games and that scrimmage whenever it does happen tomorrow and this Saturday. But another thing I want to talk about too is, hey, things are continuing to get a little bit chippy, a little bit of a scuffle here or there with this scrimmage practice today against the Dolphins. I know I talked about this in the last training camp recap, how these guys were already getting a little bit pushing and shoving against each other, the Buccaneers players that is, and how they were ready to go up against another team. Yeah, it didn't help out too much in terms of guys not really pushing and shoving and things along those lines. There was still a little bit of that here or there. Tyler Johnson a couple of times was getting into it. Hey, I appreciate the fire from a guy like that, but yeah, it was still interesting to keep an eye on. Guys were pushing and shoving a little bit. Here you do see Russell Gage limping off the field. I did make an entirely separate video talking about that today, or I guess I should say showing that injury today. He did sustain what I believe is a hamstring lower leg type of injury. There is no word on it so far, and I know people are going to be questioning Russell Gage as well, or not Russell Gage, Robert Hainsey as well. Thankfully, Robert Hainsey's situation was just cramps. If there are any updates on the Russell Gage situation, you guys know I will be making a video talking about that. Probably should have made a video already talking about that topic, but hey, it is what it is. I did get you guys some footage of that injury when it did happen. Thoughts and prayers are with Russell Gage and Robert Hainsey. But yeah, folks, there was a lot of good things to keep an eye on throughout this training camp. There will be even more interesting things to keep an eye on throughout training camp tomorrow as well, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, folks, let me know your thoughts and opinions about all of the things that I talked about down in the comments section below. I would love to hear them. What do you think about the wide receivers just absolutely dominating this practice today? What do you think about Tom Brady and Blaine Gabbert getting most of the reps in practice today? In my opinion, I don't think that it's necessarily a knock on Trask, because I do imagine he is going to be playing a lot in the preseason games, so maybe this is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers making up for that. You give the guys a lot of reps in these scrimmage practices because you already know Trask is going to be getting a healthy amount of playing time in the preseason game. Just kind of my thoughts, but I am not too sure. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. I would love to hear them. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will leave you with the remainder of this footage. But until the next video or the next live stream, I will see you all in the next one. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.
So there's one of them. Is it number 7? This is not Tom Brady. I can't believe I sold it and come tickets for as much as I did. William Jones actually broke the record in Atlanta for that. I see Janine, I mean not Janine, but what's her name's house that she reads down south? Remember when he get carried off?
Fighting for 2 spots, man.